power behind it.
Bruno, what do we know about his opponent? There goes another clothesline.
Well, in all honesty, I can't say that I know that much about David Meltzer. I know this, that obviously he's not a veteran. He may have only a few years experience, but unfortunately, when you put a man like...
Welcome to another episode of Newsstand versus Newsletter. I am your host, the future Hall of Famer, Scotty B. I'm going to bring in our suspended guest, Mr. Andrew, no last name needed. And let's, what are you suspended from, Andrew? What's going on there?
I don't remember.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, you can tell them. Tell the audience of 5 people. Were you a bad boy on Facebook? Were you a bad boy on Facebook, Andrew?
Let me just put it this way. Somebody snitched on me. And that's all you need to know, ladies and gentlemen. We have snitchers amongst us. And can you even feel safe on the internet if you don't have to worry about somebody reporting you for abuse?
I'll tell you this one. One of our the first one we got hit with copyright, that was a snitch. Because they didn't catch it. That was definitely a snitch. So, and WWE loves to come find my stuff. The sons of whores. But anyway, we're going to go back in time. I mean, we're going way back in time. Way back. I don't know if I remember anything from this year, but this was 2020. So it's a little hard. It's a little old. I was not really that enthusiastic about this year, but it is what it is. So let's start out with my format sheet first. That'd be the first way to go here. Andrew, go ahead.
Before you get all into that, it's going to be funny reminiscent because whenever this drops, I'm sure it's going to be like early 2022.
Probably, yeah.
And everybody's going to be talking about 2021.
Well, we don't do that around here. We stick.
No.
We're going to rate the 2020.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you, and I know it's a hard question because it's been so long, but we do it in everyone. What were you doing in 2020? Even though it was a year ago, we had to say it, and I have to grab a tissue. So go ahead and just tell us your little story, and I'll be right back.
Sure. I would say 2020 was a huge year for just me. I don't think anybody else was affected or impacted at all by 2020, but I know for me personally, it had ramifications. It's pretty much changed my entire life. And being in that unique position, I just wanted to tell everyone that what you see now started all the way back in 2020. And it is what it is right now. And it hasn't changed since, I'm going to say, late March, mid to late March 2020.
It's funny because, I mean, don't get me wrong, COVID's not good, but for me, I don't care. I mean, I didn't really change my way. I don't go anywhere anyway. So the way I looked at it was when it's like, hey, stay inside. Like, yeah, that's totally cool. I do that all the time. Like, I can stay inside. Like, but if you stay inside, we'll give you all this cool shit. Like, we'll put the movies on now. We'll put them on like services. You can watch it at home. I'm thinking, all the people dying part sucks. Don't get me wrong, but I started my own business during COVID. I fucking, man, I'm down. I'm cool with it. It doesn't bother me any. It bothers me that I'm not fully vaccinated, so I'm a shamed person. I'm a shitty person. I'm worse than like every other criminal out there. I know. Look on your face, like, how can you be friends with this guy? He's like, I can get the hell off this podcast with someone who's not fully vaccinated.
When you say you're not fully vaccinated, does that mean you haven't had the booster, or you haven't had the second shot, or you haven't had any?
I've had the second shot, and I'm not getting the second shot.
Oh, I had no idea.
I'll wait till they get rid of the 19th booster. Once you guys get your 19th booster, maybe I'll jump in and get one. But I'll just fucking tell you right now.
This is controversial. Let's move on to other topics.
All right, let's jump into sports of 2020. I have it right up here in front of me.
See if I can remember.
All right, so the NFL, we have Joe Burrow was selected by the Cincinnati Bengals. The best record in the NFL that year in 2020.
Was it the Kansas City Chiefs?
14-2, baby. Should have been 15-1, but they sat the starters the last week of the season. Worst record in the league that year. Just last year. Just fucking gas extremely too hard.
Was it Detroit Lions?
No, it was Jacksonville. They went 1-15. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Jacksonville 1-15. Jesus Christ, where am I going here? Tampa beat Kansas City in the Super Bowl. Fucking bullshit. I'm looking into that.
Wait
Most
a
valuable
minute.
player. Okay, go ahead.
That was 21.
It was a 2020 season.
But they
Well,
won
then fine.
in 2021.
Fine. Kansas City beat San Francisco. There you go.
That's what I thought you were going to say.
Yeah. Greatest day of my life. Do you want to hear something funny?
Sad. Wait, go ahead.
I don't
No,
know. What else I got going for me? I had no kids. So
I don't know, something that you did.
I was very enthusiastic that evening they won the Super Bowl. And I drank some alcoholic beverages and a lot of them, and I got really, really drunk. Did I tell you about that? I was dating a lady friend at the time, and she came over, and I was intoxicated, and I had talked to my app that plays my music that I'm not going to say out loud because the little bitch will start talking to me, talking about the app. And I said, play We Are the Champions. Well, I had two of them in my house. I have one in my living room and one upstairs, and the girl was sleeping upstairs in the bedroom. It was like 3, 4 in the morning, and it just started blaring that song. Scared the living hell out of her. But okay, 2020, great. The Chiefs won the Super Bowl. So we'll jump into baseball. Baseball was really fucked up this year because of COVID. Or sorry, NBA. We're gonna jump into NBA first. No, baseball. Best
Which
record.
one?
Baseball, best record.
Was that the Dodgers?
It was the Dodgers, yes, at 43-17. Worst record.
Was it Baltimore?
Pittsburgh, 19-41. And the World Series, the Dodgers beat the Tampa Bay Rays 4-2. NBA, best record.
Was it Milwaukee?
Yeah, 56-17. Worst record. It's not the Clippers anymore. They're good now.
I know. Was it Minnesota?
No, it was Golden State, 15-50.
Wow, and now they're the best team in the league.
Yeah, they had that one off year, and then they're back being good again. It's super weird. The Lakers beat the Miami in the finals. That was crazy. Miami was like right out of the blue. Like they just came out of nowhere, and almost like hopefully it would be the Lakers, but didn't. NHL best record.
Was it Tampa?
It's your boys, the Boston Bruins, 44, 14, and 12. I know you're really excited that you got best record. Worst record.
Was it Ottawa?
Detroit, 17, 49, and 5. And Tampa Bay beat Dallas in the final 4-2. And that is sports of 2020. So we are going to jump in pretty quick to the format here because we're going to save the in memoriam for our halftime show. So we are jumping right into it. So let's hop into Rookie of the Year. You want to go first? And I'll guess?
Yeah.
Fuck. I don't know.
Guess.
I don't know. Just let's say I don't know because I don't want to guess mine because I'll give it away. So I don't have a guess.
Don't guess your winner per se. You could also guess one of the runners up.
That's true. Give me a second. Give me 1 second here.
Yep.
Let me look at my awards here. I'm gonna go with Dominique Mysterio.
See, there you go. Dominic Mysterio. Rookie of the Year.
Fuck it. Yeah, well. All right. So who had the runner-ups? How does this work? Do they have runner-ups? They have what's the deal here?
Yeah, Dominic Mysterio wins Rookie of the Year with 54% of the vote. First runner-up is Anna Jay with 18% of the vote. Second runner-up is Joshua Wavra with 8% of the vote. Third runner-up is Abaddon with 6% of the vote. And honorable mentions totaling 14% included Matt Mikowski, Seiya Kamatani, Molly McCoy, and Pat McAfee.
All right. Guess mine.
Is it Anna Jay?
A picture with no music, by the way, everybody.
Pat McAfee.
Yeah, I seen it. Yeah, I mean, Pat McAfee's really cool. I really like his radio show because he's a blunt motherfucker. He does not care. He will call it like it is. He doesn't mess around at all. And he was a hell of a punter, and he was a tackling machine as a punter.
But I will tell you this.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like something PWI would do.
I know. That's what I thought. That's what I thought when it happened. Yeah, it's a lot. It's very PWI-ish, but no, that's too bad. So I'm going to jump in and give you the rest of the Anna Jay's number 2. SB Kento is 3. Dominic Mysterio is 4. Top Flight, Will Hobbs, Benjamin Carter, Blake Christensen, Allen Angels, and Lee Johnson So that is Rookie of the Year. I would say, because I seen some of Dominic's stuff. I didn't watch hardly anything in 2020. I was pretty much in at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But I did see McAfee. McAfee was pretty good. I'll give McAfee the due on that one.
Sure.
Because I think Dominic's kind of gimmicky a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. Most improved.
Also, let me just say, it speaks volumes to how they feel about their performance center when they fast track rookies straight to the main roster instead of being given the whole work the hard cam. Make sure you look shocked after every 2 count. That type of nonsense.
Most improved. Guess what mine is? Because I am up.
Is it Adam Page? Oh, good. Yeah. Brett Baker, yeah.
Brett Baker is most improved. We're going to go Julia, I think it is. The John Silver, Takeshi, I cannot pronounce it. Jungle Boy, Brody Lee, Roman Reigns, and Adam Page. Yeah, there's a couple of Japanese guys in there. So yeah, Brett Baker, and I'm a fan because I've been watching AEW like crazy now. So Brett Baker's really good. Pretty hot too. I'll give her that.
She had a great match against Thunder Rosa.
When?
Gosh, I can't remember, but it was the main event of a Dynamite, and they got color, and it was pretty neat.
So you're most improved. I'm gonna go with Roman Reigns.
It's a good guess. However, it's Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, get that shit out of here.
Drew McIntyre wins it with 30% of the vote. First runner-up is Ricky Starks with 13%. Second runner-up is Otis with 12%. Third runner-up is Jey Uso with 11%. And honorable mentions totaling 34% included Sonya Deville, Jacob Fatu, Apollo Crews, and Ace Austin.
I was going to say Apollo Creed. I was like, holy shit, Apollo Creed. I'm going with the Observer on that one also. And then, so let's put that down. The next one is format where we at. The next one is going to be Inspirational Wrestler for you. Most disgusting tactic for me. Mm-hmm. So I'll let you go. Inspirational Wrestler. Oh, Jesus, I don't know. Fuck, man. Like, Dominic Mysterio? I don't know.
It's a good guess. However, actually, Shad Gaspard.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh, he was the member of Crime Time that
the one who passed. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know that. Sorry, that's my bad.
Shad Gaspard wins it with 44% of the vote. First runner-up is Thunder Rosa with 10%. Second runner-up, this is interesting and controversial. It is
Captain Lou. Is it Captain Lou?
No, it is hashtag Speaking Out. And third runner-up is Drake Maverick, the former Rockstar Spud. And honorable mentions totaling 36% included Jey Uso, Nyla Rose, Willie Mack, and Mustafa Ali.
Fun. Guess what our most disgusting move is for 2020?
It's got to be something about speaking out.
Well.
Oh. Go ahead.
I'll tell you what it is. It's this piece of shit company, and they're a bunch of pieces of shit, firing people during COVID when they were making record profits. That was that one. The number 2, WWE operate for months without COVID testing, which is fucking crazy that they were doing that, but they don't care. WWE stopping talent from third-party opportunities. That's absolute bullshit. WWE running in Saudi Arabia, and don't forget leaving their fucking guys on the tarmac to be killed.
Scott, if I can interrupt you. They just want to put smiles on faces, and the WWE family cares.
AEW restart Matt Hardy and Sammy Guevara match. I don't know what happened there.
Matt Hardy suffered what looked to be an obvious concussion, but it was at the early portion of the match.
Yeah, he just got confused. Rey Mysterio losing his eye angle. Dana White, that's another big piece of shit, is Dana White. Attempting to run Native American reservation show in California to get around COVID restrictions. Okay. WWE continuing to employ and push wrestlers with credible sexual allegations against them. WWE Drake Maverick firing storyline with all the firings happening. Honorable mentions. AEW and WWE continuing to run during pandemic. Randy Orton burning the feed alive. Fuck Randy Orton. He's disgusting regardless. I mean, who cares about that piece of shit?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty honest. So we're jumping through quick here. We're burning through these bad boys. Most charismatic is mine. Okay, so for yours, yours is gonna be independent wrestler of the year. Mine is most charismatic.
Okay.
And I go first. It's my first, so you guess mine first.
I'm gonna say most charismatic. Is it Roman Reigns? Oh.
How could you not even think like pick him? That's like, this guy's fucking freak. This guy's a god now. MJF wins it. 2, Orange Cassidy. 3, John Moxley. 4, Eddie Kingston, Chris Jericho, Cody Rhodes, Kenny Omega, and Ricky Starks. So Roman didn't even make the list. And I know all the kids like, oh, they got their payment for AEW. No, let me tell you something, kids that are watching this. WWE sucks and AEW doesn't. That's why they're getting the awards. That's how it works. It's like if you're comparing say Patrick Mahomes when he's doing good, which is right now, to Colin Kaepernick. Well, they're not going to give Colin Kaepernick a fucking award for being a bum.
Well, the way I look at it is, if it was AEW versus 97 WWF, then you've got yourself, a battle. I could see like saying week to week, saying this promotion was better this week, and the next week this promotion was better. This pay-per-view was better from this promotion, and then the next month the other promotion may have the better pay-per-view. But right now, it hasn't been a contest in a while.
Although it is horrible. And like I said before, what made me, I'll ask you, because I've told you this, what made me stop watching WWE? What made me finally say I'll never watch it again? What was it?
It was something that we'll be discussing in a future episode when we deal with this year, 2021, which may come out in 2022. But it was WrestleMania. I don't even know what number we're on, 36, 37.
Whatever.
And it was your boy Braun Strowman battling Shane McMahon in a match where Braun Strowman was not stupid, and that was all the other shit continuing on with the show after Owen died, having having Melody Pillman on Raw, just diverting the Benoit accusations to talk about how Mark Marrow was the worst thing that Dean Malenko had ever been involved in or with. That was true. That shit was fine.
I'll tell you what it was. It was that. It was the Bailey part. I was like, my God, you're wasted. It's so fucking stupid. But anyway, that's enough of that garbage. Yeah. Independent wrestling, I don't fucking know, dude, because I really don't know who independent guys are right now. So I'll let you say who it is.
Independent Wrestler of the Year 2020 belongs to Warhorse.
Okay.
With 19% of the vote. And let me just editorialize here for a second. This is what I call a meme wrestler. Mm-hmm. And it's someone who, in short spurts, is basically parroting an Ultimate Warrior type gimmick. But, say what you will about Warrior, but he was intense, and he was a larger individual.
He was over. He was
believable. And, he can also run the ropes. Say what you will about the Warrior, but he can run the ropes. I've seen Warhorse wrestle, and it's not there yet.
Yeah.
Now, I reserve the right to say that in a couple of years he may improve to the point where I'm eating my words, but as of right now...
We'll all be dead. It won't matter. We're all going to be dead. The 19th variant's going to be out. It won't matter. But anyway, keep going.
So he wins with 19% of the vote. First runner-up is Nick Gage with 14%. Second runner-up is AJ Gray with 10%. Third runner-up is Chris Dickinson with 7%, and honorable mentions totaling 50% included Alley Cat, Faye Jackson, Heather Monroe, Lee Moriarty, and Trish Adora.
Okay. Well, there we go. It is fucking pouring. We're having one hell of a storm today. So if I lose power, I shouldn't, but I might. Okay. So that is that. So we're going to jump into the next one. Feud of the year. This is an interesting one for you. I'm going to go with Drew McIntyre and Brock Lesnar because they're fucking idiots. They probably picked that.
It's actually Bayley versus Sasha Banks. They win it with 37% of the vote. First runner-up is who you actually should have guessed, and it would have been impressive if you would have guessed this. Probably your favorite feud to come down the pipe in years, and certainly match. Edge versus Randy Orton with 16%. Second runner-up is Chris Jericho versus Orange Cassidy with 10% of the vote. Third runner-up is MJF versus Cody Rhodes with 7% of the vote. And honorable mentions totaling 30% included the Mysterio family versus Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton, Tessa Blanchard versus Sami Callihan, and Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso.
Okay. Guess mine.
I'm going to say... Is it also Bayley versus Sasha Banks? Oh, really?
Yeah, Moxley versus Kingston.
Huh.
Yep. Give me a second. I'll jump into the main awards. So Moxley versus Kingston's one. Cody Rhodes versus Brody Lee. Kenny Omega versus Adam Page. John Moxley versus Chris Jericho. Young Bucks versus FTR. Cody Rhodes versus MJF. Young Bucks versus Kenny Omega and Adam Page. Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso. The Inner Circle versus the Elite. And Randy fucking Orton versus Edge. So I'll go with Kingston and Moxley. Yep. Let's go back into my format and take a look where we're at right now. And we got one more after this, and we're hitting the halftime. So the next one is Comeback Wrestler of the Year. For me, it's the best non-wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go. I'm getting to pick mine first, the best non-wrestler.
Is it Heyman? Oh, wow.
Taz. Yep. Taz gets that award. Let's take a look here. Paul Heyman's second. Don Callis. Tony Schiavone, your main man. Jake Roberts, Adam Pearce, and Zelina Vega.
You know,
with that.
That's kind of a redemption arc for Tony because those very same readers, that fan base, the Observer readers, hated Tony Schiavone when he was not the problem and was never bad. And now they're giving him his just due.
So Comeback Wrestler of the Year, I'm going to guess the rated R superstar Edge. Put me to sleep, please, and thank you.
Actually, MVP.
He didn't even wrestle. He was a manager. What the fuck? I don't even like Edge, but he should be beating MVP in that.
He MVP wins it with 19% of the vote. And check this out. First runner-up with 15% of the vote. Your boy, Randy Orton. Second runner-up.
When did he come back from?
He may have been gone for a couple of months. Who knows? If you want, I could read you his.
No, don't. I don't give a fuck about Randy Orton. Just move on.
Second runner-up with 13% of the vote is Eric Young, and third runner-up with 10% of the vote is Asuka. Honorable mentions.
Asuka's hot. I do things to her that would make me get in trouble. Go ahead.
She's one of the greats. With 43% include the honorable mentions of Mickie James, Edge, Ken Shamrock, Chris Sabin, and Rob Van Dam.
Okay. Before we get into the halftime, we're going to veer off the pro wrestling for a second. Did you watch the Monday Night Football game tonight?
I did.
Did you watch the Peyton and Eli commentating? You missed it, didn't you?
What channel was that?
It was on TSN2. Oh, it was fucking great, too. It was so great.
Why didn't you tell me?
I figured you knew.
The entire game.
The whole game was great, too. It was great. Eli was trying to tell Peyton. Peyton's like, they're not going to do it. They're not going to. Like, Peyton was greasing him out. And Joe Buck was on, and Joe Buck was great. Joe Buck asked Eli, or he's like, Peyton, you got money on this game or something? was awesome. It was fucking great, man. I can't believe we didn't watch it with them.
On the guide, it said it was something else, like the basketball game or something, so I didn't even check.
Yeah, no, it was great. I don't know how you can watch some other jackasses. They suck, them commentating crew.
Oh, that sucks so much.
Peyton and Eli, they had David Letterman was on in the second quarter. He kind of sucked. Akeem Salim was actually pretty good. He was on the third quarter. And Joe Buck kicked ass in the second quarter. He said, I'll tell you this before we get to the thing. Peyton goes, hey, Joe, would you ever, during certain games want to have a guest on? He's like, yeah, during your Super Bowl game against the Seahawks. Just greased him right out. Oh, it was fucking fantastic. I mean, I give Joe Buck a lot of shit too, but he was killing it tonight. He was the star of the show.
Nice.
I can't believe you missed it.
Yeah, I didn't know that it was on.
It's going to be getting huge ratings because it's so great. They're awesome. All right, we're going to jump into the halftime show. Andrew's going to go through a memoriam. And the ones that I know, I'll mention. The ones I don't know, I'll just skip past them.
Absolutely. And if you want, we can discuss each guy that you know a little bit.
Yeah.
Bullet Bob Armstrong.
Yeah. Smoky Mountain, a little bit, not much.
Killer Tim Brooks.
Oh, God, no. Fucking, that's like 70s shit, man.
Adam Bueller.
Don't even know who that is.
Adila Tapatia.
Don't know who that is.
Al Vass.
Don't know who that is.
Ayers El Guerrero.
Don't know who that is either.
Attila El Rey.
Okay, I was going to keep inserting don't know who that is.
Becky Mullen.
Don't know who that is either.
Bello Andy.
Who? No, what is getting random names? Are the fucking dictionary here? What the hell's going on?
Bengali.
No, I don't know who that is.
Billy Caputo.
Don't know who that is. What is happening here?
Black Demon.
I know Black Demon a bit, but I haven't seen much of their stuff, so I can't really,
Black Man 2.
What? Black Man 2 is the name of the person?
Yeah, Black
like,
Man
what kind of cheap fucking gimmick is that where you just have to call yourself Black Man 2? And I'm not
Black
racist,
Man.
but that sounds racist. Who's Black Man 1?
I don't know.
Tag partner?
See, I have a feeling it's like a lucha
Racist?
gimmick, which I wouldn't consider to be racist because it just translation. Like they use a lot of negro, which means black. Bobby K. It's one of the Cormier brothers, and now we're just left with Leo Burke. That was
I didn't see it. Yeah, like Land Grand Prix is foggy to me, but I will tell a story. But keep going.
Bob Ryder.
Bob Ryder was a writer, was he not? Who did he write for again? Did he write for the Observer for a bit?
I don't know. I know he wrote for OneWrestling.com.
Kind of a bit of a. He kind of bullshitted a bit. I think is right. Did he not?
Yeah, he also wrote. He was one of the ECW guys, and then a WCW guy.
Okay.
Near the
He
end.
did. I think he did the podcast from I think in the late '90s before they went under.
Right.
The radio show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Carlos Roca.
Yeah. No, don't know.
Carnicero Aguilar.
Don't know.
Casey Michael.
Don't know.
I used to follow him on the Twitter. He was very involved with women's wrestling and had a lot of scoops. Charlie Cook.
These are just random names. Not even wrestlers, just people you're picking out of a fucking phone book.
He was a job guy in Mid-South and I believe Mid-Atlantic as well. Cheon Gayu Diok.
This is a great halftime show. We're killing it.
Chris Hyatt. Remember
I don't
Chris
know.
Hyatt?
Chris Hyatt.
Did you ever read Scoops?
Fuck, a long time ago.
He had a thing called the Monday Morning Mop-Up where he would review Raw and Nitro. And anyway, he died. Cynico. Crusher Dugan.
Jesus Christ, they're picking every person who died that was even involved in wrestling. They were in the fucking ring and in the crowd, they were picking them.
Danny Havoc.
I don't know who these people are.
Danny Langdon. Dean Silverstone.
Jesus Christ, keep going.
Dick Steinborn.
No.
Discovery.
Like vaguely.
Yeah, he wrestled, I think, on Raw at one point. Or maybe it was Shotgun. AAA guy. Dr. Julian Shabazz.
Who are these fucking people? Are you doing this just to fuck with me?
Look, I would never fuck with you by using the in memoriam section to do so.
Keep going with this huge list. I don't know how these people are. 90% I don't know who they are.
Dragon Chino 2. Ed Haystacks Ross. El Odaz.
Did a bunch of people get killed in Mexico in like a mass shooting here? What the hell's going on here?
El Molusco. Estrella Blanca III. Esther Leon de Moreno.
Jesus Christ.
Florencio Pena. Gary Fitzgerald. Gerardo Martin Landeros.
I can't believe this is many people in the memoriam. This is crazy.
Jerome Phillips. Hana Kimura. Do you remember when she killed herself?
Yeah, I didn't know much about her, but I remember she died, yeah.
Hercules Alea. Also wrestled as Hercules Alea Cortez. I remember him from Grand Prix. Herodes.
Is that it? Oh, no,
Nope.
you got more.
Howard Finkel.
Oh, Howard. That's a sin. Gotta love Howard, poor bastard. That was my childhood, man. That voice, when he get you all psyched up, and then the poor guy, God, they got him on Legends House. He like the rough. He didn't miss a meal for a while. They just sort of remember that Shawn Michaels Mr. Perfect thing they did to him on Raw? They wrecked his car. They hip tossed Michaels onto it. The fucking guy just bought the car.
Yeah, well,
Like Vince was cruel to him, but yeah, I loved Howard.
Be a star. Indio Yoko. Isaac Rosario. Jack Lotz. Jackie Stevens. James Kamala Harris.
Oh yeah, Kamala. Yeah, I was a guilty pleasure fan of Kamala. I kind of liked Kamala because you know what I think Kamala was good for? He would never stick around too long. He'd come in and then leave. Like, where the fuck did Kamala go? And you're a kid, you're like, where? And then he'd come back, kind of thing.
Let me ask you this:
Mm-hmm.
What was your favorite Kamala run?
I don't know much about the '84 one because I had like seen it on Coliseum, so I can't go with that one.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the '87 one.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
The '90s, when he turns face, it gets kind of corny.
Yeah, I would say the only competition would be like his world class stuff, his Memphis stuff, his Mid South stuff. But after that '87 run, as far as on a national stage, it never got any better than that.
Yeah.
Jamie Jackson,
Don't know.
Jerry Brown, Joe Black, Joe Pedicino.
That was the who was that? Who was he again? I forget. Was he the guy who did the conventions and stuff?
He did conventions, but he also used to host a wrestling show, kind of like the American version of Pro Wrestling Plus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
Joe Perry, Joey Deletz,
Lots of Joeys died.
Joey Scarlow, John Jenkins, Johnny Meadows, John Ian, Jonathan Ramirez, Jose Fica, Jaguar DJ Singh, Juan Ramirez, Justice Payne, Kaiser, Karsten Beck, Kat LaRue, Kendo Nakasaki, also known as Dragon Master, and
Okay.
Mr.
Dragon Master. Yeah.
I want to say Mr. Hito, but I'm not 100%. One of the Japanese wrestlers who trained Bret Hart, but I can't remember which one was his Stampede name. Killer Machine, Killer Juanito,
Jesus fuck.
King Cobra,
The King
Kraken.
Cobra from Superstars. They went to Revenge Savage. They lived long.
Nope.
Keep going.
It's actually in USWA before that Mid South. He had a run with Lawler at one point. Kraken, La Parca 2, the AAA La Parca that caused the original park would now be known as LA Park. Larry Sonka, Len Rossi, Lorraine Johnson, Louis Dassa, Mark Rollerball Rocco, also known as Black Tiger.
Yeah, I remember his Black Tigers. It was really good in WWF. I've seen a couple matches. A Coliseum video. It was good.
Matty Matico II, Matt Travis, Michael Blade, Mike Somani, Mitch Ryder, Mr. Wrestling 2.
Yeah, a little bit. It's kind of before my time, but seeing some stuff, his mid-Atlantic stuff and all that. Yeah.
Did you read his obituary?
No.
Oh, okay.
What's that? Why?
Well, I don't like to speak ill of the dead, but I mean, who's really going to fight me over Mr. Wrestling 2's talk? He apparently was involved in a gang rape when he was younger.
That's
so.
That was in his obituary.
That was in Meltzer's obituary. That he got in trouble with the law when he was a youngster, and that's what it was.
That's not good.
Nick Steele, Olga Martinez, Pampiro Furpo, Pat Patterson.
Yeah, Patterson. Oh, smart guy. I don't know about Patterson. He kind of gives me the willies. Like, he seems like a creepy guy, and I know they all love him, but when that whole thing went down in 92, I think they basically were like, well, we'll just let you walk away for a bit, and we'll come back. But you probably did some weird shit.
Yeah, he was the one who escaped right there. Pepe Luis Esperanza, Pilatos, Principe Ario, Punos Daraca.
Jesus Christ, we're never going to get on this list.
Rey Muerte. That's why I told you this would be a halftime show.
Fuck, halftime show. Do a whole show on it.
Rip Oliver.
Yeah, a little bit.
RJ the Bruiser Meyer. And then we've got this fella.
Who is that?
That's Road Warrior Animal.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't a big Road Warrior guy, man. But I did prefer Animal over Hawk.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I was a Road Warrior guy, and the very first wrestler-themed Halloween costume I ever did was Road Warrior Animal. Rocky Johnson.
I mean, yeah. It's funny as I'm watching the 84 stuff right now. He's okay. You know.
Yeah, he's very okay. Rudy Garduno. Ryan Smile. Sangre Freira. Sangre Guerrero. September Negro Jr. Shad Gaspard. Sombra Vengadora. Steve Gillespie. Steve Lee. Stephen Lee Perry.
Jesus Christ.
Super Bracito. Supreme. Silvano Sousa. Tijo Khan. And this one was interesting because I didn't even know that he died. And I'm usually on top of this. And I'm, a very online person. And I had no idea until I just read that Tijo Khan died.
I don't know who that is.
Have you seen Body Slam?
Oh, years ago. Yeah.
If you remember, the bad guys were Barbarian and his partner, and that was his partner, Tijo Khan, who also wrestled in Mid-Atlantic AWA. Temerario 1, Terry Dart, the Samoan Beast, the Zebra Kid, Tom Anderson, Tom Farhat, Tony Costa, Tracy Smothers.
Yeah, Smothers was good. Again, what was his gimmick WWE again?
Freddie Joe Floyd.
Fucking poor bastard. Keep going.
Ultimo Cholo, Vaquero de Texas Jr., Walter McDonald, Wayne Bridges, Winona Littleheart, Xavier, Z-Bar, Zoltan Bustic. And that, ladies and gentlemen,
Is Zeus in there?
Was
Why is Zeus in there? Zeus died in 2020, didn't he?
I thought he died in 2021.
Holy fuck, that's a long list. That is so goddamn long, dude. Okay, we just lost our 4 viewers that we had from that fucking thing.
The longest we've ever had. You know, honestly, Scott, I think we'd be more inclined to lose viewers with either the sports talk or talking about our personal lives. People tune in for the pro graps.
That doesn't last long. It only lasts a minute and a half. This fucking shit right here. Anyway, all right, kids. That was a halftime show that went 25 minutes. Sorry. Wake up. Everyone wake the fuck up. Wake up. It's time to go back to the awards. The next award, thank God, is Tag Team of the Year, and I think you go first. I'm not sure. I'm going to guess you go first, and I'm going to guess Kenny Omega and Adam Page.
Actually, the golden role models of Sasha Banks and Bailey. Let me
ask you. If Bailey asked you to hold her hand, would you do it?
I'm in a relationship, my friend. Bailey wins it with 20% of the vote. First runner-up is FTR with 16% of the vote. Second runner-up is Adam Page and Kenny Omega with 14% of the vote. Third runner-up is the Street Profits with 13% of the vote. And honorable mentions include totaling 37% include Jay Lethal and Jonathan Gresham, New Day, the North, and the Young Bucks.
All right. Guess what mine is?
Is it Adam Page and Kenny Omega? Oh.
It's the Young Bucks.
Makes sense.
It is the Young Bucks. I'm going to go check it out here. The Young Bucks win it. Number 2 is Kenny Omega and Adam Page. Number 3 is FTR. Number 4 is Zack Sabre and Takeshi, I think it's called. Bailey and Sasha Banks is 5. Josh Alexander and Ethan Page is 6. Chuck Taylor and Trent. Pentagon Jr. and Ray Phoenix. And that's that. I would go with, it's funny. I fucking hated the Young Bucks, but they got my, they kind of got my love now, so I'll pick them to be the best out of the two there. All right. So the next award is most popular for you, most underrated for myself, because we don't have Reader's Favorite Wrestler in 2020. So most underrated for me. You get to pick that.
Is it Cesaro? Oh.
Yeah, Ricochet gets it. So Ricochet gets that. We go down here. Chad Gable is number 2. Riddle is number 3. Cesaro's 4. Masa Ali is 5. Keith Lee is 7. And Tahoba Ashana is 8. All right, so for you, most popular wrestler, I'm going to go Drew McIntyre, the main man, your favorite wrestler of all time.
Actually, Mr. Orange Cassidy.
Okay, yeah.
Orange wins it with 23% of the vote. First runner-up, right on his heels, is Jon Moxley with 22% of the vote. Second runner-up is Drew McIntyre with 14%.
Your favorite wrestler, Drew McIntyre.
Third runner-up is Keith Lee with 8% of the vote. And honorable mentions totaling 33% include Asuka, Adam Cole, Nick Gage, and Chris Jericho.
You call me at night and you're asked, have you heard about Drew McIntyre? I'm like, no, it's fine. You just tell me where he's at in the world. I'm like, oh, okay, I gotta go to sleep now.
Did you watch Raw tonight?
No, I didn't, and I would never watch Raw.
Ladies and gentlemen, on this side, I can't even point at you. Oh yeah, right over here, over here,
right here.
Fake fan.
Ow! Fake fan is his leg. I know. Well, that's what they say. But fuck Raw and fuck the WWE fans. They don't like it. They can suck it. They can find me on Facebook if they got problems with it. All right. Prefer Twitter. Prefer an argument on Twitter over that. The next one, most hated, and I'm going to go for most overrated on my end. So most hated for you, The Fiend.
It is Seth Rollins.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's most hated for a few reasons. Fucking guy
sucks. 21% of the vote. First runner-up is Roman Reigns with 19% of the vote. Second runner-up is MJF with 17% of the vote. Third runner-up is your boy, Randy Orton, with 11% of the vote. And honorable mentions totaling 32% include Bailey, King Corbin, Britt Baker, Brody Lee, and Ricky Shane Page.
Okay. Guess my most overrated.
Is it Randy Orton? Oh.
Yeah. Bray Wyatt gets that award. So I'm going to go to the main one here. Evil. I don't know who the fuck Evil is. So Evil gets number 2. King Corbin gets number 3. Nia Jax gets 4. Braun Strowman, Bill Goldberg, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, The Miz, Charlotte Flair. Our Mrs. Randy Orton, John Moxley, Kenny Omega, and the Young Bucks. Alrighty, so we are just burning right through it there, kids. Let's go to the next award. The next award is for you, the Stanley Weston Award. That'll be for me, the best television announcer. So I want you to guess the best television announcer for me.
Is it Tony Schiavone?
No, it would be Tony Schiavone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he gets it. And then, so runner-up is Kevin Kelly. Number 3, Tony Schiavone. Number 4, Jim Ross. So that's that. And for you, for Stanley Weston, I don't know. It could be anybody. Oh, Brody Lee. Does Brody Lee already? Did they already acknowledge he's passed away? Or
he died in
December?
Boxing Day? Yeah. So it was a little too late.
Yeah.
He may be acknowledged in this upcoming. It's actually 2 winners this time. We've got Medusa Michelli and longtime editor-in-chief of PWI, Stu Sachs.
Okay. Oh yeah, Stu Sachs. I've heard that name before.
Yep, he retired in 2020.
Jesus, he had to be old as hell or really young when he first started doing it because he's been around since the 70s.
I mean, look at him. He's
not too old.
Yeah, looking fine. I mean, he'd probably still do it if his heart was in it. But in 2020, I don't think anyone could blame anybody for retiring.
Exactly. So, for me, so now it's going to be match of the year. And I'm guessing, actually, we already talked about this. Young Bucks, Kenny Omega versus Adam Page.
Yeah,
and Adam Page, yeah.
That's so why I got the Kenny Omega shirt.
I'm going to show you mine, too. Mine's the exact same thing. You go with your runner-up, so I'll go with mine after that.
Absolutely. So the Young Bucks versus Adam Page and Kenny Omega from February 29th.
P.S. Couldn't find it. Looked for it, couldn't find it. Yeah, I'd imagine it's fucking fantastic. I could just assume it's great.
Daily Motion was it?
Yeah, I checked it. No, not on there. Yeah, and I have fight. I couldn't find it, but I'll find it eventually.
Yeah, so they win it with 22% of the vote. First runner-up, the match that you voted for. I remember when you sent in your ballot.
Oh, you're gonna say that stupid greatest match of all time? That fucking bullshit.
The greatest wrestling match ever is what it was dubbed, and that was Edge versus Randy Orton on June 14th.
Wait, can I jump in there? They didn't say Kawada Misawa from June 3rd? Or the tag match that wasn't put in there for the greatest match of all time? Okay, I didn't know.
The greatest wrestling match ever was also the first runner-up.
That was the most boring wrestling match ever. But anyway, go ahead.
Second runner-up is Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley from March 25th. That was, of course, WrestleMania. Third runner-up is Walter versus Ilya Dragunov from October 29. And honorable mentions for a total of 53% included Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso from October 25th. Best Friends versus Santina and Ortiz from September 16th. Sasha Banks versus Bayley from October 25th. And Tessa Blanchard versus Sami Callihan from January 12th.
All right. So mine award. Now runner-up Okada versus Ibushi in Tokyo. Young Bucks versus FTR. Okada versus Naito in Tokyo. Walter versus same one, Dragunov. I can't remember, London. Ibushi. Ibushi. I cannot pronounce the last name. Versus Saki. Yeah. Let's see here. Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, Matt Hardy, Adam Page versus Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, Jack Hager, Ortiz, and there we go. And honorable mentions. Bunch of random shit here. AJ Styles and Taker got an honorable mention, which was I'll give them credit for that one. Kenny Omega versus Pac. So yeah, I mean I'll see it eventually. And last award, main awards, is Wrestler of the Year. So I want you to guess my Wrestler of the Year, Mr. Andrew.
Was it Kenny Omega?
Jon Moxley. He gets Wrestler of the Year. Kenny Omega's number 2. Naito is number 3. Obashi is number 4. Drew McIntyre's 5. Bailey's 6. Roman Reigns. Chris Jericho. Honor mentions Cody Rhodes, Sasaki, Adam Page, Sasha Banks, and Brody Lee. For yours, I'm going to guess Omega.
It's Jon Moxley wearing his PWI shirt.
Look at him go, right? That's an old school shirt.
Yep. Jon Moxley wins it with 29% of the vote. And first runner-up, we've got Bailey with 10%. Second runner-up is Chris Jericho with 8%. Third runner-up is Sasha Banks with 7%. And honorable mentions totaling 46% included Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, Asuka, Randy Orton, and Adam Cole.
Oh, okay. All right, so we're going to do the next step is going to be predictions. You have predictions in there?
No predictions.
Got anything in there?
All I could possibly do is the unofficial official awards, which are never funny.
All right, we'll just skip it then. We'll jump into mine. Hold on a second here. I got to maximize this back up. Bear with me a second. I had to move our camera here.
Sure.
All right, let's maximize this. I'll jump into the secondary awards then. And I just want to bring this where I can see you too. Okay.
Well, while you're doing that, I'll give you guys just a couple of the unofficial official awards.
Yeah, go ahead.
Not again. Nia Jax puts Lana through a table 8 times. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Adam Page. The Diesel Bodyguard Award. Wardlow. Silver Lining of 2020 Award. Quinn McKay's Twitter. Best WrestleMania moment. Kevin Owens.
When it ended?
And finally, Heaven needed a ring announcer. Howard Finkel.
All right, for me, most outstanding wrestler of the year. Pick.
Is it Kenny Omega?
It is promotion of the year.
AEW?
Yeah, easily. New Japan didn't make it first this time, surprisingly. Best weekly television show.
Is it Dynamite?
It's Dynamite by a mile. U.S. and Canada MVP. So a wrestler from U.S. or Canada MVP. That's very strange.
Is it Kenny Omega?
Jon Moxley. Omega's second. Japanese MVP.
Is it Ibushi?
Naito.
Oh.
And Mexico MVP.
Is it Psycho Clown?
Ray Phoenix. Europe MVP.
Is it Walter?
It is Walter. Women's wrestling MVP.
Is it Asuka?
Bailey. Biggest box office draw. For fuck's sakes.
Is it Roman Reigns?
Well, no, it's Conor McGregor. So guess the second one.
No, it's Conor McGregor.
Idiot. Jon Moxley was the real one. Bryan Danielson Award. Best wrestler.
Is it Will Ospreay?
Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh,
Dan
yes,
Lance.
of course.
Bruiser Brody Memorial Award.
Is it Jon Moxley?
It is. Best flying wrestler.
Is it Ray Phoenix?
It is Ray Phoenix. Worst television announcer.
I'm trying to think who was there in 2020.
Worst television announcer. It's not a hard one.
Is it Corey Graves?
No, it's Michael Cole, brother. Corey Graves is second. Best major wrestling show.
Was it All Out?
Revolution in February. Worst wrestling show.
Man, Money in the Bank?
I'll read one to you. WWE Super Show
Oh,
February.
yes.
Horror Show Extreme Rules July. WrestleMania.
Wait a second. Time out. How bad is Super Show that it wins it pre-COVID?
I know. Yeah. Yeah, some bad ones. Best Wrestle Maneuver.
Is it One Winged Angel?
It is correct, yes. Worst television show.
Raw?
Oh, yeah, easily. Worst match of the year.
Is it Randy Orton versus The Fiend?
No, Braun Strowman versus The Fiend.
Oh.
Worst feud of the year.
Braun Strowman versus The Fiend?
Well, kind of. It's Bray Wyatt versus Braun Strowman, so I'll give you that, I guess. I mean,
that's it!
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's like Bray Wyatt, Bray Wyatt. Worst promotion of the year.
Is it WWE?
Well, obviously. Best booker of the year.
Tony Khan?
Best promoter of the year.
Tony Khan?
Yeah. Best gimmick.
Orange Cassidy?
Correct. Worst gimmick.
Is it King Corbin?
It's The Fiend.
Oh, yeah.
Best wrestling book. You just name who did it. You don't have to name the whole book. You just name it as.
I'm trying to remember what came out that year.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Tim Hornbaker?
Young Bucks. Best wrestling documentary.
'24.
Dark Side of the Ring, Owen Hart.
Oh,
Number 2 is
yes.
Dark Side of the Ring, Benoit. Number 3 was WWE Last Ride. Listen, I didn't hit WWE, but I will give them that. That was actually the documentary with Taker. Dark Side of the Ring with Herb Abrams. You Cannot Kill David Arquette. WWF 24 with Edge. Dark Side of the Ring Brawl for All. AEW Road to Full Gear. And Dark Side of the Ring Rest in Peace New Jack. And that is that.
You know, it's going to be very interesting to see what wins it this year in the year of our Lord 2021.
Well, I'll tell you something. The music about it is the WWE fans. I'm being serious. They're like, blah, blah, blah. Oh, they're fucking us. Like, oh, like what is it? Meltzer's getting his money from AEW. No, dude, WWE sucks. Like, it sucks. I stopped watching wrestling for fucking years, man. And I watched AEW? What happened when AEW was on last Wednesday night, Mr. Andrew? What happened when it was over?
We talked about it.
Yeah, we called and talked about it. Do we do that when fucking Raw ends? I can't even look at the goddamn results on the goddamn fucking computer. WWE sucks, people. I'm sorry, it sucks. AEW's better. And I mean, it's fine. You can watch what you like. But if you're really going to argue it, don't. You're wasting your fucking time and energy. You're not going to win. Your precious little company that you love so much and puts a smile on your face, it's going to be gone in 5 years, people. They're going to be sold. Plain and simple.
Well, I look at it like this. The thing that made me have my longest hiatus from the pro wrestling was the whole Chris Benoit situation. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that happens if there's an AEW or if WCW was still around or if ECW was still around or Smoky Mountain, AWA, NWA, World Class, if there was a viable alternative that wasn't fucking TNA.
Yeah, TNA.
And I love Ring of Honor to death, but at the time, you had to order DVDs or tapes. Yeah. That was the only way of watching it. I'm talking about the weekly television. You either had TNA, which was WWE Light.
Yeah.
And there's a reason I don't care about NXT, because I don't care about the whole aesthetic of WWE, the entertainment promotion that's not very entertaining and hasn't been for a long-ass time, because you don't have bookers. What you have is you have losing streaks that lead to championships. And then nobody cares about the title reign because there's no title defenses, or they'll lose non-title matches. And the whole idea is to have a losing streak so all the people that they beat or that they lost to would then have title shots, which are completely – nobody cares. You have to have winners. People like winners, and I'm not telling you anything you don't already know, and I feel like Sean O'Hare, but the WWE vision of professional wrestling has never been in line with my vision of wrestling. There's been times when there's been some things on the show that I liked, but as far as the overall presentation, I've always thought it was
Well, like I said,
it remains that way.
For me, I stopped watching, and then like AEW I watched a little bit here and there, but recently I've been watching the AEW a lot. It's really good. And it has some bad shit too. I'm not gonna deny it. I just like the whole, like, you're giving me a good main event. Thank you. I like the fact that I get a good main event once a week usually. Sometimes I don't, but most times I get a good main event. And I mean, I'm starting to really know who everybody is. It's great. I like it a lot. I'm gonna go back and watch a lot of stuff because now I'm really getting into it. So I want to see stuff from last year and I didn't see.
Yeah, and in the comments section, if you're a WWE guy, I'd like to see the argument. I'd like to see you defend WWE Creative. I'd like to see you defend management that releases talent during an unprecedented time. I just want to see the argument. I want you to say the matches are really good. The commentary is really good. The way that they speak like human beings speak. I want you to say that. I want you to put your name on there so that everyone will know that your taste is not necessarily to be taken into consideration. You don't ask that person for advice on an album to buy or a movie to watch because they've already let the cat out of the bag that they have questionable taste.
All right. Okay. All right. So let's bring it down a few notches there, Haas. You already been kicked off Facebook because of your anger. All right. So that was 2020. Yep. That was the longest halftime show of all time. It was okay. I mean, 2020 was a weird year. I'm going to hype AEW again. They did better with the pandemic with the betting. I'm going to go back and watch that when they were betting at ringside. It was just fucking great.
My God, the Thunderdome, Scott. Do you have any urge of going back and watching any Thunderdome shows?
They used to send me fucking links all the time. Like, I am not going into that goddamn thing.
I was on it a few times, and it was tough to make it from the start to finish. Yeah. Even being there, being on television, you're like, that means I have to watch this shit, and it's really unwatchable.
It is. All right, everybody. So that is 2020. We'll see you again in 1 week with another episode of Newsstand versus Newsletter. Stay safe.
Beautiful plaque. Okay, the first one is Billy Jack. Billy Jack was voted by all you fans all over the world as the most improved wrestler of the year, and I'd like to give him the plaque right now. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce the man who received over 12,000 votes. 12,000 votes as the most popular wrestler of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the plaque, and now here's the man who won it by your choice, the former World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion.